I made a video about a week or so ago that talked about starting a YouTube channel when you hate the way you look. And in that video, I tried to help people who are insecure about their looks and are worried about putting themselves on camera because they don't like the way they look on camera. And I try to help people through that. Now, one thing I didn't really think about when I made that video, and I got a question actually in the comment section of that video, was about privacy. Okay, and the question centered around what if somebody is not worried about the way they looked, but they're more concerned about privacy, and maybe that's why they're considering doing a faceless channel and hiding their appearance in their videos. So why don't I just quickly read that comment or that question. Actually, it's fairly long. I'll put it on the screen here, but I'll just read a couple things from it. He says, what about if somebody is actually not feeling insecure about their physical appearance, but rather prefer not to show their face for privacy reasons? Would you recommend a YouTuber to sacrifice their privacy for a possible increase in viewership? And how do you personally feel about being recognized on the street by a subscriber? Okay, so thank you for that question. And I actually already answered it, and it was a lengthy answer. But I want to talk about that here. So first of all, I'm going to answer the last part first. Personally, I'm not worried about that. If somebody were to come up to me out on the street somewhere and recognize me, somebody I don't know, a stranger, and they come up to me and say, hey, I know you from YouTube. I would probably have fun with that. I would be fine with that. I don't mind that at all. It's never happened to me yet. Perhaps it will someday. But, if that happens, then I'd probably talk to the person and be very cordial, polite, might have fun with it. So that's not something that worries me. But that's just me personally. And I think part of the reason why I wouldn't be worried about that is the content that I talk about on YouTube. It's not controversial. I'm not, not talking about politics or religion or stuff that people have, very strong opinions about one way or the other. My videos are more, I like to think they're more helpful, and I'm just trying to help people follow their dreams, make YouTube videos, get better at doing that, grow a channel, stuff like that. So because of the content in my videos, it's not something that, I don't see somebody coming up to me and being angry about anything I've said in a video. I could be wrong, but I just don't see that happening. And if it does, I'd probably just walk away, I guess. But so no, personally, I'm not worried about that. But just because I'm not worried about that or I'm not concerned about that doesn't mean that you don't have to be. I can't tell you what to do. Just because I'm comfortable in a scenario like that doesn't mean you are. You may not want to be approached by strangers. That might be something you don't want. And it also might come down to a little bit, it might be a cultural thing. It might be a product of where you live. So I live in the Maritimes. I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, and people are generally nice to one another, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but if I was out in public, if I'm walking down the street in Halifax, for instance, it would be nothing to make eye contact with somebody I'm passing on the street and like a little nod or a smile or, hey, how you doing? Whatever. That's kind of normal where I live. And I think you see that a lot in the Maritimes. You see that a lot in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, and also Newfoundland. So maybe that's part of it too. And maybe where you live, it's not like that. And right or wrong, right? Maybe you wouldn't want it to be like that. I'm sure people who aren't used to that when they come here, they might be a little bit uncomfortable. Like, that person just said hello to me. I don't know them. Why did they say hello to me? Right? So it's all a matter of where you're from. So maybe that's part of why I feel the way I do. And maybe wherever you live, if that's completely abnormal, then maybe you would not want a stranger coming up to you, and I guess not confronting, but acknowledging that they know you from YouTube. So the root of the question was around showing your face in your videos. I stand by the fact or my belief that it is a whole lot easier to grow a YouTube channel if you put your face in your videos. Whether you want to or not, I just think that that makes it easier to grow. Faceless channels have become popular, especially with AI coming on board and it being fairly easy to make videos with AI voices, or maybe you even use your voice and do a voiceover, but the video portion, you're never in the videos. You show B-roll all the time, or maybe you show your hands. Maybe you're doing crafts, right? And you have like a top-down shot just showing your hands and people can hear your voice. That might be okay. I guess that's the next best thing. If you're using your own voice and people see your hands moving, maybe they can connect to that somewhat. But it is a whole lot easier, I believe, to connect with an audience if you can look at them, but look directly into the camera and speak to them. Speak like I'm speaking to you. I think it's easier for you to connect with me and maybe relate to some of the things that I'm saying. Knowing that, and knowing that faceless channels are probably harder to grow, I think it would become super important that your content be very, very good if you're not going to put your face in it. Okay, if you're not going to put your face in your videos. Because you're removing an element that people can, an element that people will want to connect with. If your face is not in your videos, then your content better be very good on its own. And I'm thinking about, there are some performers in the past who have not shown their faces. I'm thinking of one in particular, Dead Mouse or Dead Moss, I think is, I forget how, probably not saying it right, but was a musician that I think had a robot mask on, or was it a mouse mask? I forget, but it was, I'm going to say within the last 10, 15 years or so, made fairly popular music, but the person just never showed their face. They weren't comfortable doing that. But in that case, there was something that people could identify, and it was the outfit that the person had on. So that was something unique, something special. If I think back to kind of my own childhood, when I was growing up, there was the band Kiss, right? They always put a lot of makeup on, and so much so, and the costumes that they put on, so much so that when they were not in uniform, not dressed up, not performing, and just out on the street, the average person might not even recognize them. And I don't know the history. Maybe that's why they did it. I don't know. But examples like that are, there's not many of them. They're rare, right? Most people who get some sort of fame, popular, I'm thinking mostly of along music lines, but YouTube as well. Most channels that get most of the views, most bands or musicians who become very famous, people know what they look like, right? And that's probably a big part of it. Of course, the music has to be good. Of course, the YouTube content has to be good. But if that's good, then if they can see the person's face, that's just something else that will help them connect to that musician or that YouTuber. Another way to look at it is to address another question I get quite often, and that is content. The fact that, not necessarily the fact, but the belief that all content that could be made has already been made on YouTube. In fact, everything's been made way too many times. So how can I possibly find something to talk about on YouTube that hasn't been talked about before, or a video that hasn't been made already? Okay, and that's a valid question, right? There are millions, billions? I don't know, maybe billion. I don't know, millions certainly. Lots of videos on YouTube, and millions being added every day. Okay, so yeah, everything has probably been talked about. But one of the ways I like to look at it is, and everything that I'm talking about in my videos, it's not new stuff. A lot of it is, I guess, opinion-based and based on my own YouTube journey, and I share my thoughts and my learnings, what I learn, what I figure out as I'm going through this. But there's a lot, if everything's already been talked about, then how do you find something new to talk about. And what I like to say is the thing that will make your content unique or new is you, if you put your face in your videos. So if you're talking about something, you're giving your opinion, your fresh take on it, or even your way of delivering a message, right? Even if your take or your opinion is the exact same as somebody else's opinion who's already made a similar video, maybe there's a group of people out there who like or will like the way you deliver that information, right? Maybe you talk slower. Like I kind of talk a little bit slower than the average YouTuber, I think. But I think the older crowd, which is typically people who watch me, prefer that. So yeah, what if you have a group of people who would rather hear you say it? Let's say you talk slower. Maybe you stumble over your words a little bit and you're not perfect. Maybe there's a group of people out there who that's the kind of content they want. So they want somebody like you to listen to. Okay, so that's part of the reason why I think it's important to put your face in your videos if you want to grow your channel fast. Okay, that's the main thing too. Like if you don't care about growing your channel fast, then if you don't want to make videos with your face in it, you don't have to, right? It's something else that will help you. Call it an unfair advantage because there are so many people out there who don't want to put their face in their videos. They don't want to be in their own videos. Because there's so many people out there like that, making maybe AI generated videos, you can really stand out by not being one of them and being unique and putting yourself in your videos. So the last part I want to talk about was the question, would you recommend a YouTuber to sacrifice their privacy for a possible increase in viewership? No, I don't recommend doing that at all. It's not my place to tell you to sacrifice your privacy. If that's something that's important to you, that's something that's important to you. So I kind of gave my take on this and my opinion, but that's just me. You may have perfectly valid reasons for not wanting to put yourself in your videos. And I don't know. I don't know your situation, right? Maybe you have a job that you work 9 to 5 and they don't want you to have a YouTube channel. Maybe the content that you want to put in your YouTube videos, maybe that content is not something that your boss wants to see you put out there, right? Maybe they would feel like they should own that that content, if it's somehow related to your work, right? So, and also a lot of people are afraid that if their boss finds out they're doing something on the side that could potentially turn into an income, revenue, a business like YouTube, maybe that's one of the reasons they don't want you to do that. They want you to only have one job and it's theirs. So that's a perfectly valid reason. Another reason might be maybe you have an ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend who you don't want to see, you don't want them to see you in videos. Okay, maybe you're going through a divorce and the things you want to talk about, maybe you want to talk about divorce, but you're going through one, right? So perhaps you don't want them to see your videos. Okay, so that's a perfectly valid reason too. There may be legal reasons why you don't want to get into something on YouTube with your face based on whatever it is you might be going through in your private life. So yeah, I can't tell you what to do. That's up to you to decide. And another reason is friends and family, right? You may not want your friends or family to know what you're doing. And I've talked about this before in other videos as well. Friends and family may not be the support system you need to make a good go of YouTube. And again, that's an individual thing, right? You may have very supportive friends and family who you can talk to about this. And that's great if you do. But some people I've heard from don't think their friends and family are that supportive, and they sometimes get a little bit miffed, actually, if they don't watch their videos and whatnot. And, maybe it's just best to kind of keep that to yourself if you are worried about that. And keep your YouTube channel to yourself. The chances of friends and family finding your YouTube channel, if you don't tell them about it, is pretty remote, unless they're searching for it, unless they have a clue that perhaps you are doing that and they go try to find you, then they probably can. Or if they're extremely interested in the same thing you're making videos about, then they may find you. But I mean, with the billions and billions of people out there and the billions or millions, whatever it is, of people making content, the chances of them finding you by accident are pretty remote. One other thing, and I kind of touched on this earlier already, but that's controversial topics. Okay, this is kind of a big one. It's especially big these days, seems more than in the past. There's especially in my part of the world, or I mean, I'm not down in the United States. I think there's more of it there. I'm in Canada, but there's a lot of division, divisiveness, typically around politics. Depending on where you are in the world, maybe religion is something else that could be controversial. You know what I mean? Like these are the types of things that, if that's what you want to talk about in your videos, then I guess be prepared to have a lot of people not like your videos, or like, especially if you're sharing opinions on these things, right? If you're sharing your opinion on something, let's talk U.S. politics. Let's say you are Republican and you're pro-Republican and you're sharing your thoughts on whatever it is. The other half would be the Democrats. They may come into your comments and they may not at all like what you're talking about, right? Or vice versa, right? Could go either way. And then add to that the fact that if you're putting yourself in your videos and you do get recognized out in public, perhaps that's not a situation you wanna be in, and I would totally understand that. But that would be, I guess that's a function of what you are going to make videos about. If you want to make videos on stuff like that, stuff that could be controversial, or I don't know if controversial is the right term, but anything like that, I stay away from, even though I may have my own opinions, and I do. I have opinions on things, but it's just things that I choose not to share because I don't want to, like if it's, how do I say this? You could potentially lose half of your potential audience. I didn't say that right. You could lose half of your potential audience based on a strong opinion, one way or the other, that half of the people in the world may not like or agree with. Okay? So those are my thoughts on privacy on YouTube. If you have anything you'd like to add to this, or anything I might not have talked about that you think I should have, or would like to discuss further, leave a comment below. We can keep this conversation going. Again, I'm not concerned if somebody recognizes me outside and they come up to me and say hi. I'll say hi back. I think that would be kind of fun. Perhaps that'll happen someday. Who knows? But if it's something you absolutely don't want to ever have to deal with, then maybe you don't want to put yourself in your videos. Just know that just gives you a little bit of a handicap when it comes to growing your channel. You're going to have to come up with something pretty unique, pretty special. Your content's going to have to be pretty darn good if you're removing that personal connection possibility from your videos. Okay, so those are my thoughts. Thanks for listening to me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.